Hey, Shalom, Israel. Shalom, YAHANNA, to all the brothers, Yahweh Shema, Allah Shah, to all the sisters. This is Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General YAHANNA. All right, this I.S.U.P.K, Florida, Sabbath service. All right, we're going to go ahead and get that started. All right. La Yashala. All right, with that, I said I might you, which means to stand. Wapa Hakwadam means turn and face the east. Wherever your east is, that's where you turn. All right, we're going to set up the prayers. All right, in the Hebrew and then the English. All right, repeat after me. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Razazakah, Ayah, Aisha, Ba'arazazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathananaw, Nakam, Cow, Yawan, Wasalakanaw, Kawawaknaw, Kasalaknaw, Kawawayanaw, Wala'ah, Nabiyanaw, Wanasayawan, Abal, Hawashanaw, Mayan, Rai, Hayah, Lakah, Amalakwa, Wala'ala, Wapapara, La'ai, Walami, Aman. English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So be it. All right, this is HAKUP, the prayer for power. Yahweh, Ma'ashem Yahweh Shah, Babu Shah, Nathananaw, HAKUP, Laraka'ah, Kal Makala'ah, Slaki, Kal Makalah, Wakal Marawa, HAKUP, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, HAKUP, Lahakwayam, Hamathia, HAKUP, Al-Rakawa, Hatama Allah, Nagarshan, Washem, Yahweh Shah, Wadaman. English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azari, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arazah, Ayathan, Lamawat, Agari, Mislaki, Regalka, Ayanyawam, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Sharamar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'akaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makarai, Yashamar, Apnapashka, Yahweh, Yashama Taza Apka, Wabba Apka, Ma'aika, I will long. In English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thee from all, from going out, and thy coming in from this time forth and forevermore. Psalms 83. Alahayim, Al Nayamalaka, Al Dakarash, Wa Al Dashakwa, Al Kaya, Hana, our Yahama, Yawam, Wama Shanayaka, Nasa'awa, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, Ya'iriya Shalaki, Ya'i Rayamwa, Sawa, Waya, Daya Itasawa, Al Tasapawanyaka, Amarwa, Nakawa, Wanakakidan, Magalia, Slaki, Magalia, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasharala, Iwa, Kaya, Nawa Atazawa, La, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Barya, Yakabya, Yakarathwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Wa Shema Slaki, Wa Shayama Layam, Mawa'aba, Wahagari, Gabal, Wa'ai Slaki, Wa'ai Mawan, Wa'ai Malak, Palasha, I'm Yashabia, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawar, Imam, Hayawar, Zarawai, Labunya, Lawat, Salah, Aisha Laham, Kamayya, Kasa Yasar, Ra'ah, Kayabia, Banakal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayan Da'awar, Slaki, Ba'ayan Da'ara, Hayawar, Daman, La'adamar, Sayatamwa, Nadiyabwa, Ka'ira, Wakaza Abak, Wakazabak, Wakataza Tazalmanat, Cow, Nasayakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayashara, Naya, Shayak Shalaki, Naya, Rasha, Nanawa, Na'awa, Allahayam, Allahaya, Sayatomwa, Gagawala, Kakwash, Lapanya, Rakar, Ka'ash, Taba'ira, Ya'ira, Waka, Lahaba, Dalahat, Hari, Kam, Daradama, Basa'ira Yaka, Wabasa Wapanyiwa, Ka, Daba, Halam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayaba Kwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayaba Saki, Wayaba Hawa, I, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya the Iowa, Kaya, Atha, Shumka, Yahweh, Labaka, Al, Yawan, Al, Cow, Ha'aratazah. In the English, keep not thy silence, O my power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Israelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Jabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inheritance of Tyre. Assyrians also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, and the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor. They became as dawn for the earth, made them nobles like a red and like Seir. Yea, all their princes like Zabah and Azamuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of our power and possessions. Oh my God, make them like the wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempests, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Lord, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. All right, blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh wa Yahweh Shah. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahaya. Matazab Ya'ah. Alawab Yahanna. Ha Alawab Ya. Ha Sarari. Ha Kwatazal Yayom. Ha Kayal. Ha Kayal Yayal. Ha Ha'ak Yahweh. Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Water Amon. English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, Commander General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it. All right. Sar, which means turn. Yeshabia means to be seated. Right. All right, so we're going to pick up where we left off last, and we are in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 44. All right, let's get there real quick. All right, so what we do, we read it in the Hebrew, and then we read it in the English. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. So I'll give you 1 second. All right. Let me answer this quick question. So, if you really want to know the answer to that, join us live Monday, I.S.U.P.K, Florida. You know what I mean? 7 o'clock. Ask that same question, or you can come on Tuesday live. Live Tuesday at 6 o'clock, 6 or 7, whatever time is good for you. We'll be able to answer that question for you. All right. If you really want to know that answer, if you're coming in to try to learn, then yes, join us live Monday, 7 o'clock. All right. Or Tuesday at 6 or 7, whatever matter. What time you want to join us. All right. If you're really trying to get the answer to that. Or if you're just trying to troll, yeah, you still can meet us Monday live, 7 o'clock. All right. Or Tuesday. All right. Either or. All right. All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 44. All right. In the Hebrew. Let's see what we got here. All right. All right. All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 44 in the Hebrew. Allah. Allah. Salaki. Ha'idya. Ha'ida. Wahaka. Kwayam. Wahama. Salaki. Wahamash. Waha. Masha Patayam. Ashar. The bar. Amar. Al. Bunya. Yasharala. Bataza'ah. Thumb. Ma. Matazarayim. All right, verse 46. Oh, Salaki, my bad. Verse 44. I skipped one. Waza'ah. Hatha. Wara. Ashar. Mashar. Lapanya. Bunya. Yasharala. Allaha. Ha'aitha. Ha'ada. Wahaka. Kwayam. Wahama. Shapa. Shlaki. Wahama. Shapatayam. Ashar. The bar. Mashar. Al-Bunya, Yasharala, Bataza'ah, Thumb, Matazararium, verse 46. Ba'idar, it's like it. Ba'idar. Haya, Radan, Bagaya, Mawal, Bayah, Pa'ai War, Ba'arataza, Sayakhan, Malad, Ha'amaraya, Amash, Mislaki, Ashar, Yawashab, Bakashab one, Ashar, Hakaha, it's like a Haka, Mashar, Wabunya, Yasharala, Bataza'athan, Matazararium, 47. Waya, Yarashay, Slaki, Waya, Yarashawa, Aratazawa, Wa'ath, Arataza, Iraga, Malad, Habashan, Shanaya, Malakaya, Ha'amaraya, Ashar, Ba'ai Bar, Haya, Salakia Hayara, Hayaradan, Matazarach, Shamash, 48. Ma'ai, Ra'ira, Ashar, Io, Shapath, Nakal, Irana, Slakin, Aranan, Wa'ai, Har, Shaya'ana, Hawa'a, Karamush, Kara, Mawan, 49. Wakal, Ha'irabah, Abar, it's like Ibar, Hayaradan, Matazarah, Matazaraka, Wa'ai, Yom, Ha'ai, Rabah, the cut, it's like the cut, Ashar, Ashadath, Hapasah, Hapasaga, right? So that's the end of chapter 4. I'm just go ahead and read that. And then we're going to pick back up at chapter 5 at the beginning. All right. So let's get that. All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, and verse 44 in the bastard's tongue. And this is the law which Moses set before the children of Israel. Verse 45. These are the testimonies and the statutes and the judgments which Moses spake unto the children of Israel after they came forth out of Egypt. All right. On this side, Jordan, in the valley over against Beth Peor, in the land of Shahan, king of the Amorites, who dwelt at Hishbon, whom Moses and the children of Israel smote after they were come forth out of Egypt. 47. And they possessed his land and the land of Og, king of Bashan, 2 kings of the Amorites, which were on the side Jordan toward the sunrise, from Aroer, which is by the bank of the river Arnon, it's like Arnon, even unto Mount Sinai, which is Hermon. Verse 49. And all the plain of the side Jordan eastward, even unto the sea of the plain, under the spring of Pisgah. All right. So let's go ahead and jump to chapter 4. Chapter 5. Salaki, my bad. And we want to get that in the Hebrew. Right. All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 1. Wayah Kara, Salaki, Wayah Kara, Mashah, Al Kal, Yasharala, Wayah Amar, Alaham, Shemai, Yasharala, Ha Kakwan, Kwayam, Ha Kwakwayam, Wa'ah, Hamashah, Patayam, Ashar, Anakaya, the bar, Ba'azan, Yakam, Hayawam, Walamada, Thumb, Athum, Washamara thumb. La'ai Shaya Shathum. Salaki. La'ai Shathum. Verse 2. Yahweh. Allahaya Yan Salaki. Allahayan Kara. Arman I Manawa. Baraya. Bakara. Verse 3. La'a. Abatha. It's like an Abatha. Yanawa. Kara. Yahweh. Habaraya. Haza'a. Kaya. Abayanwa. Anakana. It's like an Anakanawa. Allah. Ha. Hayawam. Kalanawa. Kayayam. Verse 4. Hayam. It's like it. Hayam. Apanya. Ba. Panayam. The bar. Yahweh. Amakam. Bahar. Mata. Wa. It's like it. My bad. Mata. Wak. Ha'asha. Anakaya. Verse 5. Anakaya. Aimad. Bayan. Yahweh. Wabaya. Nayakam. Ba'ai. Ha. Hawa'a. Lahagayad. Lakam. The bar. Yahweh. Kaya. Yara Thumb. Mapanya. Ha'asha. Wala'a. Alaya. Ali Slaki. Alaya Thumb. Bahar. La'amar. Verse 6. Anakaya. Yahweh. Alahayak. Ashar. Hawataza'a. Tayak. Ma'arataza. Matazarayim. Bamaya. Ibar. It's like Abba. Dayam. Verse 7. La'a. Yahaya. Lak. Alahayam. Akarabium. Al. Panaya. All right. Let's see. Verse 8. All right. We'll go ahead and do 10. So I am on verse 8. All right. Verse 8. La'a. The Aisha. Lak. Pasal. Kal. Damawana. Ashar. Bashamayim. Ma'al. Wa Ashar. Ba'arataza. Mata. Ka. Wa Ashar. Bamayam. Ma. The Slaki. Mata. Ka. La'arataza. Verse 9. La'a. Dasha. Kawa. The Kawa. Slaki. Dasha. Kawa. Laham. Wala'a. La'ai. Badam. Kaya. Anakaya. Yahweh. Alahayak. Al. Quana'a. Kwa. It's like a Pequod. I1, Abawak, Al, it's like it, Banyum, Wa'al, Shalash, it's like it, Shalashim, it's like it, Shalashim, Wa'al, Rabba I1, it's like it, Rabba Ayum, La Shana Aya. Verse 10. Wa Aisha Qasad La'ala Panyam La'a Habadia Walasha Maraya Martazawa. It's like in Martazaya, it's like in Martazawakia. My bad. Martazawakia. La. All right. All right, so that's the end of verse 10. All right, we'll go ahead and read that in English. Almost went over. All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 1 in the Bastard's tongue, which is the English. And Moses called all Israel and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, the statutes and judgments which I speak in your ear this day, that ye may learn them and keep and do them. All right, even from that time, this is what Moses had gave unto the children of Israel. It was told to him to tell the children of Israel what they should do. All right, thus saith the Lord. All right, and that's always been and it always will continue. All right, are we under the laws? Yes, we are still under the laws. All right, grace just give you a time period to get yourself together. If you're sinning against the Most High, it gives you that time to get yourself together, come back to the Lord and learn the laws, learn the statutes, learn the judgments. I mean, you must learn these things. All right. If you already doing the things that you're supposed to do for the Lord, all right, then the law wouldn't be for you. All right. You wouldn't have to do the laws if you already keeping it. All right. The law is for lawless men and women. All right. And children. So are we under the laws? Yes, we are all under the laws. We still have to keep them. And we must teach them also. All right. Verse 2. The Lord our God made a covenant with us in Horeb. All right. Verse 3. The Lord made not this covenant with our fathers, but with us, even us who are all of us here alive this day. Right? The Lord talked with you face to face in the mount out of the midst of the fire. All right. I stood between the Lord and you at the time to show you the word of the Lord, for ye were afraid by reason of fire, and went not up. And went not up into the mount, saying, all right, and this is what happened at that time, because the Israelites, they was afraid to speak to the Most High. All right, that's why they said, you know what, Moses, you spoke to him, you going to talk to us, and I mean, you going to talk to the Most High, all right, and you come tell us what he said, because I'm not for to go up there. Man, that is the most scariest thing I ever seen. All right. And we don't want to go up there. So Moses, spoke to the Most High, and Most High gave him or told him exactly what he needed to do, or what he needed to tell the children of Israel what they should do. He gave Moses the instructions to tell the children of Israel to do certain things. All right. So they didn't want to go up there. They had Moses to go. All right, that's why it says, you know what I mean, I stood between the Lord and you at the time to show you the word of the Lord. All right. For ye were afraid by reason of fire. They was terrified. They didn't want to speak to the Most High because of it. All right. And it's a lot of our people's always claiming that, you know what? I don't want to listen to man. I don't want to listen to the priests and prophets of you know what I mean, the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I mean, I'd rather for the Lord to come tell me himself. If the Lord don't come tell me himself, then I don't want to hear it from nobody, because you know what I mean, I don't take instruction from men. All right. But you don't want the Most High to come speak to you, all right, face to face, because you'll be that terrified. It'll make you change your mind too. You'll be like, you know what? I changed my mind. You know what? Y'all go speak to the Most High, and I'll listen to you. Change your mind real quick. You're like, nah, I'm straight. I mean, so don't think that you really want the Most High to speak to you, because you don't. All right. Just thank the Most High that he's sending his priests and prophets to tell you exactly what you need to do. All right. To follow the law, statutes, and commandments, to understand these instructions that he's giving you, because he wants you to be his people. He's showing you how to be those people, holy and special unto him. All right. All right. Saying, verse 6, I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. Verse 7, thou shalt have none other God before me. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, okay, that's right. All right. And listen, and the Lord specifically told Moses to tell the children of Israel this. All right. This goes for everyone that don't believe. All right, that's going out serving other gods, which you literally serve other gods. Even when the priests and prophets come out and tell you that you're serving other gods, you like, man, forget that. I'm still going to do it, even though you know the answer to it. That the information is going out. You know what I mean? The Lord will open up the internet, the airwaves, and you hearing all these. You know what I mean? This information that's coming to you, and you still ignoring it. All right. The Lord says, have no other God before him. So when you're serving birthdays, you know what I mean, when you're serving different holidays, you're serving another God. All right, which is the Lord says, have no other God before him. As much as the Lord did for you, and you are going to serve another God after he brought you about a bondage, about an Egypt, all right, which is bondage, and you still going to serve another God. All right, the Lord hates that. And this is why we're in the conditions that we're in. This is one of the reasons why we're in the conditions, because we're serving other gods. Matter of fact, this is the main reason. All right, we want to serve everyone else. We want to serve ourselves. We want to serve, you know what I mean, the creatures more than the creator. All right. And we don't want to serve the creator. We want to serve everybody else and everything else except for the Most High. All right. The Lord told us to do certain things, and that's what we must do. If he say, listen, I want you to do these law, statutes, commandments. I want you to study them, meditate on them. You know what I mean? Teach them to your children. Teach them to your sons and your sons' sons. I want you to do these. All right. And if you don't do it, this is what's going to happen to you. All right. The Lord hates when you disobey. And that is sin. Sin is the transgression of the law. So if we're not under the law, that means we have not sinned. Sin is the transgression of the law. And the law was only given to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, which are the children of Israel. It was only given to us. All right. If you read what is Psalms 147:19, if I'm not mistaken, it'll tell you. All right. He shows his words unto Jacob and his statutes unto Israel. He has not done so with any other nation. This is what you have to understand. We are under the law, right? Until we start obeying the law and we keep it and make it a part of our life, we will continue to be up under the law. All right. Let's see. Let's get back to my bad. Verse 8. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water beneath the earth. All right. The Lord is, giving you these instructions. Matter of fact, it's like it. Moses is giving you these instructions that was given to him from the Most High, telling you what you need to do. All right. See, people always say they don't want to listen to man, they want to listen to God, but the Lord said a man to give you these instructions, what you need to do. All right. So regardless, the Lord sends, men that has the spirit of the Most High to give you these laws, statutes, commandments. He sent the men of the Lord. He sent them to deliver that message to you. All right. The Lord is not going to come down off of his throne just to tell you, don't smoke weed. Don't be a whore. Salahi, don't be a 304. All right. Don't use drugs. Don't do this. Don't do that. The Lord is not going to do that. He's sending men to come do that work. All right. So he's saying all these things that's in heaven, that's on the earth beneath, and in the water, you should not make an image of that. All right. You should not. Stars, beasts, fish, whales. You know how people like to make images and bow down to them. All right. The Lord says, don't do that. All right. Whatever image it is, don't make it to bow down and worship it. Don't. All right. Verse 9. Thou shalt not bow down them thyself unto them. All right. Like I just said. All right. Nor serve them. For I am the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generations of them that hate me. Right. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. All right. Like I will just break it down. A couple of seconds ago. All right. Verse 10. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. All right. These are the ones that he's showing mercy to. All right. He's showing mercy to all the Israelites. All right. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. He's showing you mercy because he could have taken us away. All right. He gave his only begotten son to die for our sins. All right. He could have took us. Christ was perfect. All right. But Christ died for us. We the one that's supposed to have, died on that cross. We don't supposed to be living to this day, but the Lord, because the mercy of the Most High is the reason why we're still living. Because the Lord loves us. And the Lord wants you to keep his commandments. Show him that you love him by being obedient. By being obedient. All right. So we're going to go back to the Hebrew. My bad. We'll go back to the Hebrew and start at verse 11. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 11 in the Hebrew. All right. La'ah, Dasha'ah, Shom, Yahweh, Alahayak, Lashawa'a, Kaya, La'a, Yanakwa, Yahweh, Ashar, Yasha'a, Shamawa, Lashawa'a, verse 12. Shamawar, it's like Shamawar, Yawam, Hashabah, Lakodashwa, Ka'ash, it's like Ka'ashar, Tazawak, Yahweh, Al-Hayak, verse 13. Shashak, Yamayam, the Iba, it's like the Ibad, wa Aishaya, called Mala'a, it's like Mala'a Kathak, verse 14. Wayawam, Hashabaya, Aya, Shabbath, La Yahweh, Al Hayak, La'a, the Aisha, called Mala'aka, Atha, Wabanak, Wabathak, Wa'ibah, it's like Wa'abadka, Wa'i, it's like Wa'a, Mathak, Washawa, Rock, Waka, Marak, Wakal, Bahamathak, Wagarad, it's like Wagarak, Ashar, Basha'ai, Rayak, Lama'ain, Yanawak, Ibak, it's like Abadak, Wa'a, Mathak, Kamawak, verse 15. Wazakara, Kaya, Ibad, Hayaya, Ba'arataza, Matazarayim, Wayataza'ah, it's like Wayataza'ah, Yahweh, Alahayak, Masham, Bayad, Kazakwa, Wabazara, it's like Wabazarai, Nata, Waya, Al, Khan, Tazawak, Yahweh, Alahayak, La'ai Shawa, Yawam, Hashabath, verse 16. Kabad, Abayak, Wa'ath, Amak, Ka'ashar, Tazawak, Yahweh, Alahayak, Lama'ain, Yasha, Slaki, Ya'ara, Yakan, Yamayak, Walama'ain, Yayata, Slaki, Yayata, Lak, Al, Ha'adama, Ashar, Yahweh, Alahayak, Nathan, Lak, verse 17, La'ah, Daratazak, Wala'ah, Slaki. No, that's right, my bad. Wala'ah, Thana Apa, Wala'ah, Daganad, Slaki. Daganad, Wala'ah, the Aina, Wara'id, I, Shawa'ah, verse 21, Wala'ah, Dakamad, Ashah, Ra'id, it's like a Ra'ik, Ra'ika, Wala'ah, Da'awa, Wayah, Ra'id, Shada Hawa, Wa'ibad the Wa'amah the Shawarawa, it's like it, Sharawa, Wakamarawa, Wakal, Ashar, Lara'id, it's like it, Lara'aka. All right. I think I may have went over, but it's all good. We'll start back at verse 22. All right. All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 11. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that take his name in vain. All right. For like one little example, right? People like, I mean, just saying his name just for the heck of it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people like to say, oh God, man, I swear I did this here. Oh God. Listen, don't take the Lord's name in vain. It's pretty much telling you, you know what I mean? Don't use my name, I mean, for vainest thing, for no reason. All right. You call upon the name of the Lord, you asking him, you talking to him. All right. You're you know what I mean, getting that connection with the Most High when you talk to him. All right. You don't just say the Lord's name in vain. Just because you just know the Lord's name. All right. There's a lot of times like we don't just call out the Lord's name. All right. And his name is not God. All right. So a lot of people will say that. And let me just rephrase that. When you say his name, all right. But don't use that in vain. Don't just say his name and don't, you know what I mean, don't talk to the Most High. That is your Father. All right. Verse 12. Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, as the Lord thy God have commanded thee. All right. That's what we do. We keep the Sabbath service. All right. That's what we do. We do the Sabbath. All right, like what you're seeing right now. All right, 6 days, verse 13. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. All right. Now, listen to this carefully. Because you know what I mean, these false camps, these so-called camps will tell you on a Sabbath day that you don't supposed to cook, you don't supposed to clean, you don't supposed to kindle the fire, you don't supposed to do these things on a Sabbath day. They will tell you that you must do all these things before the Sabbath. All right, which is they don't understand the Bible. All right, that does not mean that. What it means is if you have a business or you have employees, all right, you should give your employees that day off, which is the Sabbath, if they are the children of Israel. All right, let's clarify that. If they're the children of Israel, you give them that day off. All right. They should not do no servile work on that day because you're putting them to work. They're working for you, not slaves, but they're working for you. All right. Because it's the Sabbath day.
That's what that means. Kindling fire and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The Sabbath is I forgot exactly how to say it, but you know what I mean? It's man for the Sabbath or Sabbath not for the man. Got exactly how it goes, Salaki. Just correct me if I'm wrong, Salaki. But the Sabbath is for us, if I'm not mistaken, Salaki. All right. Let's go to 14 so you can get more clarification of what's going on. It says, but the Sabbath day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor, meaning you, nor your son. Let me read it just how it says, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy ox, nor thy ass, nor any of thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within the gates, in thy gates. That manservant, and thy maidservant may rest as well as thou. All right. So you should not work, you know what I mean, your animals, your kids, you know what I mean, or your servants on that day. All right. It's a day of rest. All right. 6 days they can work, but on the Sabbath day, you must give them rest. All right. Now, if you look at today's time, you know what I mean, your oppressor don't give you no rest. They don't give you no rest. On Saturdays, you're going to work. All right. They don't let you get no Saturdays off. All right. Ask your boss for Saturday off. They're going to tell you, nah, we can't do it. We can't do it. We ain't got nobody to fill in for you. All right. Because they have did what? They gave everybody else that day off but you. All right. You don't get that day off. And a lot of jobs, if you don't put that you're available to work all days, including Saturdays, which they claiming is the most busiest days, they won't hire you. You must work on a Saturday. All right. You must work on a Friday. They'll give you any other day off. But Saturday, they will not give you off. Because that's how evil and wicked your oppressor is. All right. He is not going to give you that day off. No, on that day, he's supposed to give you rest. On that specific day. All right. He'll give you rest on another day. But Saturday, he ain't going to give you no rest. You're going to work. All right. That's the mindset and the spirit of your oppressor. All right. He makes sure that you're going to work on that day. All right. It don't matter who it is and what it is. It's going to work. All right, verse 15. And remember that thou was a servant in the land of Egypt, and the Lord thy God brought thee out of thence through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore, the Lord thy God commanded thee to keep the Sabbath day. All right, verse 16. Honor thy father and thy mother, as the Lord thy God have commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. All right, and honoring your mother and your father. All right, it is pretty much like, you know what I mean, as your father and your mother has raised you up or brought you up, fed you, clothed you, you know what I mean, took care of you until you got to a certain age where you're able to do it yourself. All right. You have to do that for your father and your mother. All right. Because they get old and they go back to that same stage where they're not able to do things for themselves. All right. A lot of people throw their parents in the nursery home and allow strangers, I mean, oppressors, to take care of them, and don't know how to take care of them the right way. So your job is to honor your father and your mother. All right. Show that love to your father and mother that took care of you until you got to a certain age where you can do it yourself. You have to do that for your father and your mother when they get to that stage where they're not able to do it for themselves. You may have to clothe them. You may have to wash them. You may have to feed them. The same way, honor your mother and your father. Your days may be prolonged. All right, because when you get old, your children may do it for you. But if your children see you do, put your father and your mother in the nursery home, guess what's going to happen? They're going to put you in the nursery home. All right, and so on and so forth. All right, so honor your father and your mother. This is how you honor your father and your mother, not how they portray it in Father's Day and Mother's Day. All right, you honor your father and your mother by showing them that appreciation, that you love them. All right, verse 17. Thou should not kill, self-explanatory. All right. Neither shall thou commit adultery. All right. Self-explanatory. All right. You must not commit adultery. Meaning you should not sleep with another man's wife, and a woman should not go and sleep with another man if you are married. All right. Let's hear this well. If you are married, all right, if you're already sleeping with a man, all right, that is your husband. If you're going to sleep with another man, you commit adultery. All right. You commit adultery. Once you lay down with that man, that is your husband for life. Once you lay down with that woman, that is your wife for life. If you go and sleep with another man after you done laid down with this man, sis, all right, you commit adultery. I don't know what they told you. That's why the divorce rate is going crazy. It's going haywire right now. All right. And guess who's promoting that? Your oppressor. I mean, he understands that you don't supposed to divorce your husband, or your wife. So that's why they make laws or whatever you want to call it to divorce your wife or your husband. All right. Well, you can go and pay to divorce this person. But little do you know, it don't matter if you sign papers to leave that man, that is still your husband until you sleep with another man. If you sleep with another man, that is adultery, no matter what. You lay with that man, that's your husband for life. You lay with that woman, that's your wife for life. That's it. So that should show you how to value and appreciate, marriage and sex. Then you start learning, you know what? Let me take my time before I lay down with a man. Or let me take my time if I want to lay down with this woman. If this woman is not the right woman, I haven't laid down with her. So, there's no way I can put her away because we're not married. But once you lay down with that woman, that's your wife for life. All right. You can't get rid of her. And vice versa, sisters. You can't get rid of him. That's your husband for life. You going to sleep with another man, you just committed adultery. That's the same. All right. Man, brothers, you should not go and sleep with another man's wife. All right. That's adultery. All right. I don't want to get into the other part of polygamy, but that's a whole different topic right there. But if a man, I'm gonna just say this: if a man goes sleep with another woman, if he is married, and the woman that is that he laid with, is not married, that is his wife. Also, all right. That means if he lay down with you, sis, and he gonna lay down with another woman that is not married, both of y'all are his wives. Right? That's how it goes. Not sisters, you can't go and lay down with another man. That's adultery. It's biblical. All right. Let's keep going. Neither shall thou steal. You should not steal what belongs to your brother or steal what belongs to your sister. All right, that's self-explanatory. Neither shall thy bear false witness against thy neighbor. All right, you shouldn't lie against your brother. All right, you shall bear false witness. All right, you should not, lie on another brother, bearing false witness, or lie on another sister. All right, on something that is not true. All right, if it's not true, if it's false, don't go and lie on that brother or that sister. All right, that's these laws and commandments is only for the children of Israel. These laws, statutes, and commandments show us how to govern ourselves, how to be the people that the Lord, approves of. All right, these is the instructions from the Most High. He's telling you what you need to do. All right, this is not instructions from men. These are the instructions from the Most High. He is telling you what you need to do. All right, but he just gave it to a man to give to you. Because like I said from the beginning, the Lord is not going to come down and tell you himself. All right, he's going to send a man to you or men to give you this message and tell you what you need to do. All right. But these law, statutes, and commandments show us how to be a people, to each other, how to be good to each other, or brotherly or sisterly to each other. All right. Verse 21. Neither shall thy desire thy neighbor's wife, neither shall thy covet thy neighbor's house, his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's. All right. You shall not want what belongs to your brother. All right. Because whatever belongs to your brother is your brother's. All right. You should not want what belongs to your brother, because that right there starts a lot of, strife and envy and jealousy, because your brother have certain things. You want that. You want what belongs to your brother because he has it. And in your mind, you thinking like, well, damn, how he get all this here? Man, I bet you if I haven't, I would do it a whole lot better. And growing up, a lot of us grew up like that. Envying another brother. Desiring what belongs to him. He might walk around with nice things. Nice sister on his arm. He got a nice house, cars, clothes, and these things you want. You desiring what he has. And when you carry that spirit of wanting something that belongs to your brother, what end up happening? You end up stealing from him, right? You end up lying to your brother or bearing false witness because you want to get what he has just to get it. All right. So you should not desire what belongs to your neighbor, your brother. All right. So we're going to stop that right there. And we're going to pick back up in 22, verse 22. Right. All right. In the Hebrew. I hope that y'all understanding what's being broke down to you. All right. These is the laws. Verse 22, 21. All right. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 22 in the Hebrew. All right. Hadabar yom. Ha'ala. Ha'ala. Dabar. Yahweh. Al. Kal. Kwahala. Kwahalakam. Bahar. Matawak. Ha'asha. Ha'ainan. All right. Waha'ai. Rapal. wall, got a wall. Wala'a, Yasa, Wayaka, the bomb. Waya, cut the bomb. Ow, Io, Shanaya, Slaki, Shanya, Laka, Abanaya, Slaki, Abanya, Abanyam, Waya, Waya, Danam, Waya, Danam, Alaya, verse 23. Wayahaya, Kashama, Icum, Hakawal, Matawak, Hakashak, Slaki, Hakashak, Wahahar, Ba'ira, Ba'ish, Ba'asha, Wata, Karo, Bawad, Slaki, Bawan, Alaya, Kal, Wa'ashaya, Shabbath, Yakam, Waza, Kwana Yakam, verse 24. Wata'a, Marawa, Han, Hara Anawa, Yahweh, Allahaya Nawa, Kabadwa, Wa'a, Gadalawa, Wa'a, Kwalawa, Shama Ainawa, Matawak, Ha'ash, Hayawam, Hazaha, Ra'aya Slahi, Ra'a, Nayawa, Kaya, Yadabar, Alahayam, Ha'idam, Wakaya, verse 25. Wa'aitha, Lama, Namawath, Kaya, Da'akalaw, Nawa, Slaki, Da'a, Kalnawa, Ha'ash, Hagadalah, Haza'ath. All right. Yasapoyam, Anaka, Nawa, Lashama, Slaki, Lashamai, Kowal, Yahweh, Allahaya Nawa, Iwad, Wata, Slaki, Wamatanwa, verse 26. Kaya, Maya, Ka, Bashar, Ashar, Shemai, Kowal, Allahayam, Kayayam, Madabar, Mata, Madawak, Ha'ash, Kamadawa, Kamanawa, Wayakawa, verse 27. Kara, Ata, Washamai, Kal, Ashar, Ya'amar, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Wa'a, Tarabar, Alayanawa, Kal, Ashar, Yadabar, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Alayak, Washamai, Nawa, Wa'aisha Yanawa, verse 28. Wayashamai, Yahweh, Kawal, the bar Yakum, Bada Barkum, Aliyah, Waya Amar, Yahweh, Aliyah, Shemaya Thumwa, it's like it. Shemai Tayah, Kawal, the Barya, A'ain, Hazaha, Ashar, the Barwa, Alayak, Hayata Yabawa, Kal, Ashar, the Barwa, 29, Maya, Yathan, Waya, it's like it, Wahaya, Labah, Lababam, Za, Laham, Layara'a, Ataya, Wala Shamar, Kal, Matazawar, Taya, Kal, Hayamayam, Lama'ain, Slaki, Lama'ain, Yata, Slaki, Yata, Laham, Wala Banayawa, Slaki, Wala Banayahum, La'ai Lam, verse 30, Lad, Amar, Laham, Shayabawa, Lakam, La'ahala Yakum. All right, we'll stop right there and we pick back up at verse 31. Right? And we will start at verse 22. Right? All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 22. All right, in the bastard's tongue. These words the Lord spake unto Slaki. These words the Lord spake unto all your assembly in the mount out of the midst of the fire, of the cloud, and of the thick darkness with a great voice. And he added no more. And he wrote them in 2 tablets, all right, of stone, and divided them unto him. All right, verse 23. And it came to pass, all right, when he heard the voice out of the midst of the darkness from the mountains did burn with fire, that ye came near unto me, even all the heads of your tribes and your elders. Verse 24. And ye said, behold, the Lord our God has shown us his glory and his greatness, and we have heard his voice out of the midst of the fire. We have seen this day that God doeth talk with man, and he liveth. Verse 25. Now, therefore, why should we die? For this great fire will consume us, if we hear the voice of the Lord our God anymore, then we shall die. For verse 26, for who is there of all flesh that have heard the voice of the living God speaking out of the midst of the fire, as we have and live? Verse 27, go thou near and hear all that the Lord our God shall say, and speak thou unto us all that the Lord our God shall speak unto thee, and we will hear it and do it. All right, that's just like what I was just bringing out earlier. All right, and they was terrified. They're like, listen, I mean, you go speak to the Lord, Moses. All right, and whatever he say to you, you tell us, and we'll hear it and we will do it. All right, we'll obey. It's like we will listen to you tell us instead of letting the Lord tell us. All right, because if we hear it from the Lord, I mean, we'll be so afraid we'll die. All right. We don't want to hear it from the Lord because that is so terrifying. You ever heard of this, that term that everybody use, or the saying, I mean, scared me to death? Well, that's how it is. That's what they was explaining. You know what I mean? That would happen if they go and speak to the Lord themselves. All right. They want to be scared to death. All right. That just like people, like I said, like our people always saying they're going to speak to God themselves. They don't need no man. They're going to talk to God themselves. You know what I mean? The Lord speak to them. You know what I mean? They speak to the ancestors and all this other stuff. Listen, you're not going to speak to the Lord because you'll be that terrified. You see how they explain, you know what I mean, speaking to the Lord, or how the Lord was speaking. He was speaking through fire and clouds in the mountains. And they seen that, they were like, nah, I'm straight. I'm good. Moses, you got it. We ain't going up there. That's how terrified they was. Meaning they were scared to death. All right. They was gonna be so scared they would die. All right. All right, let's see. Where it was. All right, verse 28. And the Lord heard the voice of your words when ye speak unto me, and the Lord said unto me, I have heard the voice of the words of this people, which they have spoken unto thee. They have well said all that they have spoken. Listen, the Lord said, yeah, that was well spoken, well said. All right, like General Mahima always, well said. I mean, the Lord said, well said. I heard what they said. That was well said. All right. Let Moses come speak to me. You know what I mean? And y'all just hear it from Moses. All right. That's what I want y'all to do. All right. So you can't convince nobody that the Lord is speaking to you. All right. The Lord is not going to speak to you in that way. The Lord is going to speak to you through the priests and the prophets. All right. That's how the Lord speaks to you. The Lord said, hey, y'all gonna go through Moses to hear my words? Well said. All right. We'll do it just like that. All right. So verse 29. Oh, that there were such an heart in them that they would fear me and keep all my commandments always, that it might be well with them and with their children forever. All right. And how long is forever? Forever is a very long time. All right. Forever does not stop at one generation. Forever continues. All right. Forever continues. Always. It's like forever. There is no limit to forever. There is no end to forever. You're supposed to keep this forever, and your children. So anyone that always asks, are you under the law? Yes, we're under the law. All right. He said it right here. All right. It says, oh, that there were such an heart in them that they would fear me and keep my commandments always, that it might be well with them and with their children forever. All right. So for the person that asked that question, that's pretty much the answer to your question. All right. So you might not have to wait till Monday or Tuesday. You can if you want, but that's your answer right there. All right. Verse 30. It says, go, say to them, get you into your tents again. All right. So let's drop that and let's go into the Hebrew, right? All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 31. All right, in the Hebrew. Wa'ata, pa, Imad, Slaki, Amadia, Wa'adabarwa, Slaki, Wa'adabara, Alayak, Kal, Hamatazawa, Wahakakwaya, Wahamasha, Patayam, Ashar, Dalamadam, Wa'aishawa, Ba'arataza, Ashar, Anakaya, Nathan, Laham, Larashata, 32. Washamara, Slaki, Washamaratham, La Aishawa, Ka'ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Allahayakam, Apakam, La'a, Dasarawa, Yamayan, Washama'al, verse 33. Bakal, Hadarak, Ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Allahayakah, Apakam, Dalakawa, Lama'ain, Dakaya, Slaki, Dakayawa, Dakayawan, Watawab, Lakam, Waha'ara, Waha'ara, Katham, Yamayam, Ba'arataza, Ashar, Dayarashah, Wan, right? Going into chapter 6, verse 1, right? Let's see. All right, so we'll just go ahead and finish this on out. Matter of fact, all right. Waza'ah, Hamataza, Hatalaki, Ha, Matazawa, Ha Kakwayim, Wahamash, Patayam, Ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Allahayakam, La Lamad, Althakam, La'ai Shawa, Ba'arataza, Ashar, Atham, Ibarium, Shema, Larashah, Larashata, it's like it, Larashata, verse 2, Lama'ain, Dayara'ah, Yahweh, Allahayakah, Lashamar, Ka, Kakwa, it's like it, Kakwa, the Wa, it's like it, Kakwa, Dayawa, Wamataza, Watayawa, Ashar, Anakaya, Matazawak, Ata, Wabanak, Waban, Banak, Kal, Yamaya, Kayak, Slaki, Kayayak, Wala Mayan, Slaki, Wala Ma'ain, Arakan, Yamayak, verse 3. Washama'ain, Yasharala, Washamarath, La'ai, Sharwath, Ashar, Yayatab, Lak, Wa'ashar, Tharab, it's like it, Tharab 1, Ma'id, it's like it, Ma'ad, Ka'ashar, Dabar, Yahweh, Alahayah, Abad, Abathyak, it's like it, Abba, Dayaka, Lak, Aratzah, Zabah, Kalab, Wadabash, verse 4, Shammai, Yasharala, Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Akkad, verse 5, Wa'ahabath, Yahweh, Alahayah, Bakal, Labah, Bak, Wabakal, Napashah, Slaki, Lapashad, Wabakal, Ma'adak, verse 6, Wahayan, Slaki, Wahayaw, Waha, Yawah, Hadabar, Yawam, my bad, Hadabar Yum, Ha'alah, Ashar, Hanakayah, Mazazawak, Hayawam, Al, Lababak, verse 7, Washana, Nathum, Labayawak, Slaki, Laban Yak, Labana Yak, Wadabarah, Bum, Bashar, Batak, Ba Bayat, Slaki Ba Bayatak, Wabala, Slaki, Wabala Kayat, Slaki, Waba Lakatak, Badarak, Wabasha Kabak, Wabakwa, Wamak, verse 8, Wabakwash, Rathum, La'awa, Al, Yadak, Wahayawa, Lata, Tapath, Bayan, Ayah, it's like Ayan, Yad, Ayan Yak, verse 9, Wakatab, Bathum, Al, Mazah, Wazah, Bayatak, Wabash, it's like it, Wabashai, Raya, Wahaya, Kaya, Yabayaak, Yahweh, Alahayak, Al, Ha'arazah, Ashar, Nashabai, La'abath, Yak, La'abarah, Hum, Layatazah, Kakwa, Walaya, it's like it, Wala Ya'ai, Kwa, La, the Tha, Lak, Arium, Gadalath, Watabah, Ashar, La'ah, Banayah. All right. So that is the end of that one. We'll go back to the previous. We'll pick up from there. Start at verse 31. It's like. All right, Salaki. All right, so let's pick back up in the English. Get in the KJV. All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 31. But as for thee, stand thou here by me, and I will speak unto thee all the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which thou shalt teach them, that they may do them in the land which I give them to possess. All right. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. The Lord is telling them, all right, you come stand by me. I will give you these instructions. All right. It's for you and the people. All right. You have to also follow them too. All right. So it's not him just passing the message on and he don't have to keep the laws either. They all must keep the laws, statutes, commandments, and the judgments. All right. You have to make sure that they do it. All right. So he says, I will speak unto thee all these commandments. All right. Look, that's the Lord telling them. I'm going to give you all the instructions, all these commands, these orders. All right. These statutes and these judgments. All right. What will happen if they don't do it? You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you everything. And you're going to teach them these things that I give unto you. You're going to teach them, and they should do it. All right, in the land that they will possess. All right, which would be the land of Israel, or what it used to be the land of Canaan. All right, the Lord gave us that land to possess it, take it over, and run them out of that land because it belongs to us, the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian. Now, this land that we're in right now is not our land. All right, we want to go back to our land. All right, when we're considered as a people again. Right now, we're not considered as anything. We're considered as animals and bywords and proverbs. You know what I mean? We're considered as the bottom of the bottom. You know what I mean? Thugs and gangsters and, you know what I mean, 304s. And this is how they look at us in this land. All right. We want to go back to our land, but we have to learn how to be a people first so we can get our land back. All right, because once we get that land back, it's not going to be none of that. We're not going to be over there, you know what I mean, hating on each other, running down on somebody, pulling up on somebody, you know what I mean, pulling up on the ops. You know what I mean? Our sisters out here wearing short dresses and skirts and stuff like that, selling drugs, smoking za. We're not going to be doing that in the land. All right, it's not going to be none of that. So you might want to learn that now, unless you're going to be with these people, all right, the other nations, these oppressors, all right. You don't want to get unalive with them. You don't want to die with them. So you got to get down. You get down with the Lord, or you have to lay down. Either or. What you gonna do? All right. Because when that time comes, there ain't gonna be no excuses when Christ returns. All right. Verse 32. Ye shall observe to do therefore as the Lord your God have commanded you. Ye shall not turn aside to the right hand or to the left, All right, you must do it. You can't do what you think that it says or think that you want to do. Well, I ain't gonna do it like that, but I'm gonna do what I think that it should be done. That's how I'm gonna do it. The Lord said, no, you do it exactly how it was told to you. All right, and this is gonna be carried down all the way for generations to generations, the same exact way. All right. That's why we say that we're the home of the truth, because the same way that it has been done, the same way it was given, Christ came and did the same exact thing. He didn't turn aside from it. He didn't turn to the right hand or turn to the left hand. He did not. He kept it all, and he taught it. All right. He taught this, and that's what we must do. We the home of the truth because we do the same exact thing. I mean, we follow the same examples that Christ did. That's why he is perfect. I mean, like the scripture says, I mean, the laws are perfect. So when you keep the laws, that's what makes you perfect. Christ was perfect because he kept the laws. He kept the statutes and the commandments. All right. He observed the judgments. He knew what would happen if he didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. He knew what would happen if he did. All right. And he taught his disciples the same thing. So everybody that is true followers of Christ will keep the law. All right. And teach these things to people that do not know the law. All right. And that's why when Christ said, what did he say? Go not to the ways of the Gentiles or the ways of the Samaritans. I'm just paraphrasing. He said, go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, to our people that don't know that they're Israelites. Go to them. Go to the drug dealers. Go to the gangsters. Go to the 304s. Go to these peoples that don't know that they're Israelites, that they're the Lord's chosen people. All right. Go to them because they need it. All right. Christ came to save his people. You know what I mean? From their sin. All right. So let's keep going. Verse 33. Ye shall walk in all the ways which the Lord your God hath commanded you, that ye may live. All right. Self-explanatory. He just said it again, right? He said, ye shall walk in all the ways which the Lord your God hath commanded you, that ye may live. All right. Do the laws and you will live. All right. Obey it. Observe it. Teach it. You will live. You'll be called great in the kingdom of heaven. You keep these laws, statutes, commandments. You don't, and you teach other men to do the same thing, you'll be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. All right. You check out Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. It'll tell you if you don't listen, these things is going to happen to you. You have to keep it. All right. And that it may be well with you, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess it. All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 1. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you. All right. Again, there you go again. That ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it. But let me help you to understand something, right? Because you know, people that have somewhat of knowledge or whatever, all right, they would tell you, no, the only time you're supposed to keep these laws, statutes, commandments, if you're in the land. No, the Lord wants you to keep it always, no matter where you at. No matter where you at, you must keep these laws, statutes, commandments, no matter what. Because this is the reason why we're in the conditions, because we have not been keeping it. So why will we be scattered over the four corners of the earth and then say, well, the hell with it. We ain't keeping no laws. We already in trouble. All right. That's the mindset of your oppressor. I mean, your oppressor is the same way. He don't give a damn about nothing. All right. He already is at the end. He already at the bottom. All right. He is nobody. So he feel like he is nobody. He's going to be a nobody. But to you, he's going to be everybody. He's going to be over you. He's going to be somebody. All right. He's going to be the one that oppresses you. That's that somebody. Keep you at the bottom. But you must always keep the law, statutes, and commandments, whether it's in the land that you possess or where you were scattered at. So how you supposed to get up out of those conditions if you're not keeping the law, statutes, commandments? That's the reason why you're in the conditions, because you have not been keeping it. So you must keep it always so you can get up out of your conditions. All right. Verse 2, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son and thy son's sons, all the days of thy life, and that the days may be prolonged. All right. Self-explanatory. Verse 3, hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, as the Lord God of thy fathers have promised thee, in the land that floweth with milk and honey. Verse 4, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. All right. He is one. There is no other gods with the Most High. He is one God. There isn't many gods. They got their own gods. They have these mythological gods. All right. These Greek gods and these Roman gods. But there's only one God, only one true living God. All right. And that's the God of the Bible. That's the God of the Israelites. That's our God that belongs to us. It's our Father. It's our daddy. Nobody else's. That's our daddy. Nobody else daddy. All right. So when we get punished, he punished us. He don't punish everybody else. When he give instructions to someone, he give us love. He give us protection. He only giving it to us. Nobody else. All right. We can't share the same gods with other nations, because the Lord is not the God of them. He is our God. All right. Y'all go to church. Y'all go to all these different religion practices and stuff like that, sharing gods with other nations. We don't share gods with this God. All right. And God don't share with nobody else. We're his people. All right. Everybody don't belong to the Most High but us. All right. All right. Let's get verse 5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy might. All right. Verse 6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart. Verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shall talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou layest down, and when thou risest up. All right. And this is something that should be taught with your kids all the days of their life. I mean, as they grow. I mean, as little kids, this is what you should be teaching your kids. I mean, the things that happen in the Bible, things that happen in ancient times when we disobeyed the Most High, and what happened. You have to teach them about the judgments. You must teach them about the commandments, the statutes, the laws. You must teach them this. I mean, whether you waking up in the morning, going to sleep, I mean, this can be their bedtime story, teaching them about God. All right. When you walk down the street, I mean, when you walk in the park, this is what you talk about. All right. When you sit down in the house, y'all just relax. And this is something that should be discussed always. Basically, this is the whole point. This is something that should be always discussed. All right. And in these times, this is not being discussed amongst our family, our children, and you know what I mean, our spouse. We're not discussing these things with our people. So this is another reason why they don't know. All right. They don't know that they're the children of Israel. They don't know about the reason why we're in the situation that we're in. They don't know because this is being lacked. I mean, we must talk about this always. All right. Guys, when when I finally came into the truth and started learning about this is something that used to always be discussed with me and my children. All right. My son and my daughter, we talk about this all day long, every day, showing them different examples, why this happened, why this should happen. You know what I mean? What happened when we do listen and they start understanding. So when they get older, they're going to teach their children the same exact thing. All right. This should be taught to your sons and your sons' sons. You know what I mean? When you teach your son, you have to teach your son to go and teach their son the same exact thing that they can go and teach their son. So it can be in their heart. In their heart, it's not the inside of your chest, it's your mind. All right. So they can always have this on their mind, on their mental. They're always thinking about this. Damn, if I do this, this gonna happen. If I do this, this gonna happen. It's gonna always be on their mind, and then start making better decisions. All right. This is how they will fear the Lord. Thy shall and thy shall not. I should not do this. I should do this. Thus saith the Lord. All right. This must always be practiced. All right. Don't shy away from these laws, statutes, and commandments. It's always be practiced. Always should be talked about with your family. All right. Verse 8. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon their hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thy eyes. If you understand the frontlets, it's like, okay, so somebody had broke this down to me. The frontlets is like the lids that's on the horse. You know, they had like the lids that cover their eyes. This is the frontlets. You look it up, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. This should be on their mind. Everything they like, whatever they see, their hands, whatever they do, it should be a part of their life. Basically, it should be always a part of their life, not these worldly things. Everything that they do, every decision that they make, you know what I mean, every thought, every word, it should be a part of their life. You know what I mean, these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the point. All right, verse 9. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on the gates. Verse 10. And it shall be when the Lord thy God shall have brought thee into the land which he swore unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee great and goodly cities, which thou buildest not. All right. So we're going to end it right there. We're going to pick back up at Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 11 next week. All right. And we're going to conclude the Sabbath service. All right. So with that,
La Yashda Allah. All right. Abaidium, which means to stand. Upon Yahakodum means turn to face the east. We're going to set up the prayers. All right. Repeat after me. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakoka, Baba'ah, Razazakah, Ayah, Aisha, Ba'arazazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathanael, Lakam, Cow, Yawan, Basalakmanawa, Kawawaknawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawawakyanawa, Wala'ah, Dabianawa, Manasayawan, Abon, Hawashanawa, Mayan, Rai, Yah, Lakah, Amalakwa, Wala'ala, Walapara, La'ai Walamya, Aman, the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. A cup, prayer for power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Baba Shah, Nathanael, a cup, Laura Pa'ah, Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, a cup, Latahar, Hamatzazarium, a cup, Lahaquayam, Hamathian, a cup, Al Rakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagarshan, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, the water Aman, in English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, in the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121, in Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Haharim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azari, Ma'an, Yahweh, Ashar, Shamayam, Ba'aratazah, Ayathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shalmar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Zalka, Al Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a Yakuka, Vayarak, Vayalaya, Salahi, Vala Yala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makarai, Yashamar, Apnapasta, Yahweh, Yashamar Taza'apka, Wabawa'apka, Ma'aika, Ma'ai in English, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth Israel will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thee from going out and thy coming in from this time forth and forevermore. Psalms 83. Alahayam, Al-Dayam Lakah, Al-Dashakarash, Al-Dakarash, Wa'al, Dashakwat, Al-Hayah, Hana, Awayabika, Yahamawan Slagi, Yahama, Yawan, Wamashanayaka, Nasha'awa, Ra'ash, Al-Imaka, Ya'ira Yawa, Ya'i, Rayawa, Sawa, Wayata Ya, Aita Zawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakaya, Slaki, Lakawa, Wanakakida, Mogalia, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasarala, Iwa, Kaya, Nawa Atazawa, La, Yakadwa, Aryaka, Barya, Yakaradwa, Ahalya, Adawan, Wayashamai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarian, the ball, Wa'amawan, Wa'amala, Palasha, Amyashabia, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Amon, Hayawa, Zarawa, Labunya, Lawat, Salah, Aishala Hum, Kamadia, Kasaya Sarah, Kaya Slaki, Kayabia, Banakal, Kayashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayada Ara, Hayawa, Naman, La'adama, Sayatharwa, Nadiyamawa, Kayara, Wakazaba, Wakatazaro Manai, Kao, Nasa Yakabwa, Ashar, Armawa, Naya Rasha, Narawa, Na'awa, Allahayam, Allahaya, Sayathamwa, Kagogla, Kakwash, Lakanya, Rakal, Ka'ash, Daradama, Slaki, Daba'ira Ya'ira, Wakala Haba, Dalahat, Arya, Khan, Daradama, Basa'ira, Wabasa Wapanyaka, Double Halal, Slaki, Double Halam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahalwa, Idya, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al, Yawan, Al, Cow, Ha'arazza. In English, keep not thy silence, keep not thy silence, O my power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted together against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Israelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Jabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assyrians also joined with them. They had hope in the children of Lot, Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, and the brook of Kasan, which Paris had endured. They became as dawn for the earth, made their nobles like a red, and like Zeid, yea, all their princes like Sabbath, and as Amunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of our power in possession. O my power, Make them like the wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy temperance, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right, this is Barak. All right, prayer for blessings. Barak atah Yahweh wa Yahweh Shah. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Allah Hayam. Wa Tazab Ya'ah. Allah Wap Yahanna. Ha-Akwap Slaki. Ha-Allah Wapya. Ha-Sarariya. Ha-Kwat Zayayim. Ha-Kha Yayawim. Wa-Ha-Akwapya. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, the water Aman. All right, in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, Commander Judy Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it. All right, so it's a turn, and that concludes the Sabbath service. All right, shalom, Israel. You must see. All right.